Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, when I read my Bible in church, it has one set of rules, but it seems like in corporate America, they're often playing by a different set of rules. We'll be talking to a leader in a group that tries to bring it all together next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So my father and brother are both ministers, and obviously my faith guides every decision that I make, especially inside of this company. And honor and integrity is important to a lot of other people as well. And my next guest is Jeff Bessa. He is a chair with C12. Thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Glad to be here. Excited.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about C12, and then I want to get into your history. What is C12?
C12 is a peer executive forum for Christian CEOs and business owners. And actually, we just crossed the threshold of 4,000 members now worldwide. Started places in South Africa, Taiwan, big presence in Brazil, obviously mostly in the US, but it's 4,000 members of Christian CEOs and owners coming in to become better businesses, better business leaders, and have a transformational impact on their community, their employees, et cetera.
And you're a chair, which means you're collecting people and you have forums every month. Is that how that works?
That's right. So I'm responsible for building the groups, approximately 12, that's why it's called C12, 12 CEOs, business owners. We meet monthly for a full day. And then additionally, there's one-on-one coaching between me and every CEO.
Outstanding. Well, when you chair something like this, I know there's a lot of respect for somebody who's actually done it and have been in the trenches. So let's talk a little bit about your history. You served our country.
I did, yeah.
What was your role?
So I was an engineer at UCLA, an electrical engineer, but as I was finishing my junior year, I realized I didn't want to be in the lab anymore. I didn't want to be an engineer. So I joined the U.S. Navy. I became a submarine officer. They were recruiting, it was the end of the Cold War, and they were recruiting submarine officers, engineers basically. And so I had to get extra training on nuclear power, and then I served on a fast attack submarine at Hawaii.
Well, one, thank you for your service, but I have so much respect for anybody who has been a leader in the military, because that's kind of a no-nonsense thing. If everybody's not on board, people die. So talk about how your military experience has helped you today.
Well, that's where I learned how to be a leader. So I went to officer candidate school, Went to officer candidate school, and they had to completely break me down. I didn't have military bearing. I wasn't ready. They completely broke me down. I remember once having to march for 40 hours over like 20 weekends. But then they build you back up, and they really teach you how to be a leader. And because you are forced to make, like you said, life or death critical decisions quickly. And so that's one of the things that's prepared me, helped me be more decisive and be a stronger leader.
Okay. And then you moved from the military to high tech. Mm-hmm. Talk about that part of your journey.
Yeah, so I had a great career, but I met my wife in San Diego and decided to get out. And I wanted to get into high tech. So first of all, I started off in marketing and sales roles, and then I moved into business leadership roles.
And then you ended up at TI, and you were telling me before the show started that you were leading one of their largest units.
Really fun business. I had a variety of business roles, ranging in size from 80 to 800 million, but the last one was the most fun. It was battery management, the largest business in the TI analog space. And basically, this is the business that puts the chips in cell phones, cars, notebook computers, drones flying around. Literally every battery-powered device needs these types of chips to tell you how the battery's doing and to charge the battery, get it back to full strength.
I want to pull up the C12 website because as we pull up the website and scroll down, I want you to talk about how, both the military and your leadership in corporate America shaped who you are and how you lead these groups.
Yeah. Well, I became a Christian in 1996. That was a transformational time in my life. And then after that, my wife and I got really plugged into a variety of ministries, mostly couples ministries, women's Bible studies, men's discipleship programs. So I had this faith journey, okay, that started in 1996 and really picked up steam in 2000. And then I had my work where I was a leader, okay, and I had all this business experience, but they were somewhat separated, okay. Now, obviously, when I go to work, I try to live out my faith, be a good leader, ethical integrity, et cetera. But there were some limitations, obviously working for a public company. With C12, they both come together. There's no gap. Your faith and your business come together fully. And I'm trying to help leaders, business leaders, CEOs, owners, presidents, you name it, live out their faith, have no gap between their faith and their work.
I love it. Something else that you're very passionate about is Dream Center Dallas. And we're going to pull up this website so we can show you what we're talking about. Well, what is Dream Center?
Dream Center is a hub of ministry. So I go to church 1132 in Allen, great church. But they're building this Dream Center in Oak Cliff. And it's really to help transform that community. There's a variety of ministries being run out of it, including food routes, clothing, school supplies, Christmas gifts. But there's medical attention being provided to women. There's recovery from human trafficking. They just started a men's discipleship. So it's literally a hub of ministry to help transform and build up this community. And it's much needed. We need help, obviously, across the globe, but I'm so glad to be plugged into something right here in Dallas.
And give us a timeline. When will it be complete?
I don't have an official date, but I believe it will be up and running completely in August. Right now, August 2024. Right now, we're mostly operating out of a tent, and we run services, but in August 2024, I'm anticipating a full launch.
And obviously you're looking for donations for that as well.
Yeah, my wife and I are faithful donors, and I think it's an incredible way to get plugged in. I think the first thing you should do is volunteer and go down there and be a part of it. That's what my wife and I did last Christmas, and we'll do it again this year. But beyond that, you contribute, and to the volunteers, we're hiring a lot of volunteers.
Outstanding. Well, so in the little time we have left, why don't you talk to the person who's watching this right now and says, man, I think I found my tribe. This is the kind of group that I want to be a part of. What's the process?
Well, you can obviously go to joinc12northtexas.com. You can look for me, contact me. But basically, if you're a new CEO or you need advice, you need help, one of the problems with being a CEO is it's kind of lonely. And you don't have good peers that you can consult with, get advice from. This is a community that comes together. 80% of the value you receive in C12 is from your Christian community of business leaders. And if that seems like something you want, come to joinc12northtexas.com.
Outstanding. We're going to end with the website. Again, it's joinc12.com or joinc12northtexas.com.
There you go, yeah.
And both will get you to Jeff. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.